So I'll be sharing this exact system that I've been able to use from day one to be able to collect 3,200 Google reviews. What I do is I use an email tool that's used instead of Gmail. For anybody who's on Gmail, if you're not on Gmail, if you're in Outlook or things like that, this works best on Gmail. There's a tool called Mixmax, Mixmax, which is a tool that goes inside of your Gmail inbox that allows you to send templates and sequences inside of your emails so that the sequences can automatically send follow-up email. Even if somebody emails you, you'll be able to attach the sequence and be able to follow up with them.
But let's start out with some of the challenges that lawyers have when they're trying to get reviews. I know that a lot of lawyers who are listening in, are thinking to themselves, you must be putting so many hours and having a full team behind you to get this many reviews. But as you said, everything that you do is automated as much as it can be. But why do so many lawyers struggle with getting reviews in the first place?
A lot of times when something doesn't get done, that means it usually falls on you. This is definitely one of those tasks, those little repetitive and tedious tasks, which you should not be doing as a law firm owner. This is something definitely to give to ideally virtual assistant or your employee. All you need is to provide them the system and then have them be in charge of it and be able to track their results.
Yeah, for sure. This is definitely not something that the lead lawyer should be trying to take on themselves. And it's a waste of their time that they could be spending with other clients and servicing them. And so where do you start then if you want to start getting more reviews?
So I'll be sharing this exact system that I've been able to use from day one to be able to collect 3,200 Google reviews. What I do is I use an email tool that's used instead of Gmail. For anybody who's on Gmail, if you're not on Gmail, if you're in Outlook or things like that, this works best on Gmail. There's a tool called Mixmax, Mixmax, which is a tool that goes inside of your Gmail inbox that allows you to send templates and sequences inside of your emails so that the sequences can automatically send follow-up email. Even if somebody emails you, you'll be able to attach the sequence and be able to follow up with them. So I was able to create two specific review sequences. The first one is called Review 1 sequence. And the reason why the script that I'm about to share with you works is because instead of what most people do when they ask for reviews, they say, hey, thank you so much for being a client. Hope you, whatever, some positive words. And they're like, can you leave me a review? And then they provide the link. Then I found that doesn't work as well as getting people to take an easy, small action first before you get them to actually click on the link to leave a review. So the way that I do it is I get my clients to pre-commit to say, yes, I will leave a review before you send them a link. So I'll share the exact script. If you're listening to this, try to write it down. If not, come back and try to write it down. And here's this. First word is personalized. So let's just say, John, I'd like to ask you for a favor. Would you please mind taking a few moments to write a review for me? Your comment will help others know what to expect when they're looking for the service I offer. And here's the call to action, and this is the magic sauce. May I please send you a link to leave a review? That's okay with you? Question mark. And I end it with that. I'm just asking a question. Can you leave me a review? First, get that yes. And then once they say yes, then you say, great, thank you so much. Here's the link. I really appreciate you doing this. I'll be sure to return their favor when you need assistance in the future. Get that yes, then send them a link. It sounds very subtle. You're like, what's the point? But I promise you, if you just do that, make that change, that will give you at least a 40 to 60% boost, getting more reviews. So that's the first part, the script. And the second part, which I mentioned earlier, is I create two Mixmax sequences. One is for the ask. Hey, do you mind if I send you a link to the review? Hey, do you mind? Hey, I just want to check in with you. Do you mind leave me a review? And then once you say yes, then review 2 sequence goes out. Like, thank you, great, thank you so much. Here's the link. I just want to follow with you. Here's the link. Thank you so much. And by setting that up, this specific script and the automation, again, you'll be able to collect reviews from at least 40% of your clients. And this hasn't just worked for me. I've been able to share this for the past 2 or 3 years. And anybody who implements this right away comes and tells me, Sam, this worked like amazing. Now I got to 100 reviews, which I've been trying to get to for a couple of years. Thank you so much. This works. So I don't want anybody just listening to this and like, great, Sam, figure this thing out. No, this is for you to be able to implement for yourself. I encourage you to go back 90 seconds earlier, write down that thing, see if you can, if you're on Gmail, install Mixmax, create those sequences, or actually, hopefully, Lindsay, I'll provide you a link for people to go to get a Google Doc that has all this documented for them and with all the instructions, give it to a VA or your employees and say, hey, go set this up for me.
Absolutely. And we'll include the link to that in the additional information on our podcast, on our website. And that's great insight. And when you're able to get a micro commitment, as you say, from your clients to say, instead of saying, yes, let's jump into leaving a great 5-star, 140 character review, it's a much smaller step to say, yes, I will leave you a review. And then they're already in review mindset to be able to go and leave you that great review as a follow-up. How soon after the case closes do you send out the first sequence?
The minute of. Minute of.
Okay, so immediately after.
Yeah, not the hour of, even, obviously the day of. And I realized this too. And there's been so many times this is proven correct to me, this idea of like that minute. And every minute and every hour that you wait, especially every day that you wait, is like literally dramatically reduces your chance of actually people falling through and getting it. And I actually just internally had to deal with this with an employee that basically from one of my law firms, hey, do this, do this. Now she went back after like a month or two trying to do this and she totally flopped. This only works with time urgency behind it. So yes, the same hour, same minute as soon as you get them good results.
Absolutely. Time is of the essence with that. But what if they didn't have a good experience?
Then you don't have to ask for a review.
Okay.
there's filtering ways. This is just one way. Obviously, you want to do your best and provide the best support. And if it's a red flag, if you're like scared of asking for multiple clients a month, or don't ask them for a review, then let's work on that. But sometimes, let's be frank here, there are some people that no matter, they're like, they won't be happy no matter what, and that's just reality. So for those people, nobody said you're having any, I don't think there's any requirement to do that. So yeah, be smart about it.
Right. So make sure that you have that set up in your process to maybe, instead of asking for a review, ask for feedback that you can use internally to help better your process for future clients. There you go. And that way they at least feel heard, but not necessarily heard on a global web stage. Well, and that's all helpful. Those are great techniques. And this is just one of the techniques that you lay out in your book, Virtual Law Firm Secrets. What are some other topics that the book covers?
A lot of ideas. Essentially, the gist of it is how to, subtitle of the book is how to run your law firm so it doesn't run you. Because I realized when I was teaching these concepts to lawyers, I was teaching lawyers how to get clients, how to do this and all that stuff. And everyone's like, yeah, that's great, but Sam, I'm too busy. So I'm like, okay, well, how can I be able to change the curriculum or talk more, share more about freeing up lawyers from their law firms? And I realized it's more about the systems and processes and hiring and virtual assistants that's more impactful. So it addresses those exact things that I just mentioned: systems, processes, building out your dream team, virtual assistants, all that stuff. If you ever wanted to, again, free yourself up from your law firm, those are the concepts you're going to get.
And where can attorneys pick up a copy of your book?
Just go on Amazon.com, search for Virtual Law Firm or Virtual Law Firm Secrets. You'll find it on Amazon. And soon coming to YouTube, Facebook, Google Display, Gmail, everywhere. It will be spread. It will find you. But yeah, you should go grab it because this knowledge right now is like not shared. And I made a point to anything that I share is new. It's all innovative ideas. Just the review thingy is literally just one of those things. So grab it before the market catches on to these things, because over time, people are going to understand why a virtual law firm model is better, and how to set up these automations to, again, be able to get more clients, serve more clients, and be more successful. So definitely get ahead of the curve.
That's great. Well, thank you so much, Sam. This has been very informative, and I'm hoping that our listeners are able to go out and get lots of reviews and know that they actually can do this without having to pay thousands of dollars for cheap, spammy reviews. But their team can take care of this in-house. So thank you so much for joining us today. It's been a pleasure.
Appreciate it, Lindsay. Thank you.
Lawyer Nation, I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, take a moment right now to subscribe right below and turn on the bell notification to get notified every time I post a video, because right now I'm posting 5 videos a week, providing lots of value to lawyers. So click right here to subscribe, and to watch the next most relevant video, click right here. Go do it. Go watch it.